Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the new Dungeon Master screen for the revised edition of 5th edition. Say that 10 times fast. The updated 2024 revised edition of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, the world's greatest role-playing game. At least that's what they'll tell you. Level up your game table. This durable 4-panel Dungeon Master screen helps you run the thrilling 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaigns with spectacular art on the outside and useful D&D game information on the inside. This screen supports Dungeon Masters of all skill levels. The screen also keeps die rolls and notes hidden from your players, which, I actually tend to like to share die rolls with my players from time to time. I think it can kind of help spice up the game. And it just didn't want to make for a good tear. Sorry, everybody. On the inside, we have the same art as we had on the outside of the box. It's a nice little folder. Comes out of. On the back, we have the ampersand and a dragon that looks like they're on top of a fallen keep. This panel, we have an adventuring party. And as we open it up, we have these companions on this left panel are being watched over by this gold dragon. And we have a variety of different species and classes. In the center, we have a red dragon seen over a 20-sided die. And again, we have more adventurers of different species and classes, and another gold dragon to complete the bookend. Now, why aren't these gold dragons and the red dragon fighting? Your guess is as good as mine. On the inside of these panels, we have a list of the conditions, improvising damage, actions, the summaries of those actions, skills, object armor classes, typical difficulty classes, light sources, traveling pace, cover, audible distance, visibility outdoors, weather, how to handle obscured areas, food, drink, and lodging, how death saving throws work, how concentration works, jumping, as well as damage severity and level, which can come in handy with jumping if you fail those jumps. Personally, I really like having the conditions at my fingertips because, I don't always remember what does what at any given time, especially poisoned, because I seem that we deal with that a lot, but I always think it wants to take away damage, yet it does not. And I just wanted to apologize real quick about that shadow as I see it being cast across the screen. Hopefully it actually helps you read, but I'll have to figure out a way to get some better lighting in here. So anyways, these are some of the helpful information that you can find inside of the revised Dungeon Master's Guide. You can tell that there is quite the difference from this one, which was the 2014 edition. While we do have all of our conditions listed out, the effects of cover, travel pace, this one does have something happens, quick finds, skills and associated abilities, which we had that one too. But this one also has a panel dedicated to NPC characteristics and NPC generations, which the new one does not have. One thing I do like on this new screen is the improvised damage, as well as the damage severity and level. After quickly comparing the two, I would say that if you have the old one, you shouldn't necessarily feel compelled to get the new one, because the rules that are on the old one really have not been eliminated or changed. So I'd say the new screen is more of a complement to the old one, as opposed to the replacement, other than the fact that you're not probably going to want to use two at the same time. So the conditions have been shrunken down from this 1.5 panel to just a single panel, and lost the artwork to make room for the additional information that it gives. And unless you're trying to make NPCs on the fly, you may not need that entire panel. So that's the differences, and I hope that helps if you're trying to make a decision on whether or not you want to buy the new one. And here we have, sitting side by side, the old panel on the bottom compared to the new panel on top that the art your players will see. And as you can see on this side-by-side comparison, the new panel, again on the top, has a lot less interior art than the old panel on the bottom.